Hi everyone, welcome back to part 3 of the Book One Cozies Club, chapter by chapter, for Buried in a Book, the first book in the novel idea series by Lucy Arlington. I'm Di, and this is my audio-only reading vlog for this book. Today I will be reading chapters 5 and 6 and sharing my thoughts with you along the way. Due to the nature of this reading vlog, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't read these chapters yet, proceed at your own risk. If you would prefer to hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety, keep an eye out for my Book One Cozies Club series First Impressions video, which will be posted sometime after the reading vlogs for this book have commenced. So like I said, today I will be reading chapters 5 and 6. It is a little after 2:30 in the morning. I have a later night than usual tonight. I am dealing with a little bit of hand pain, and I do believe that it was caused by the 600 plus page manga that I was reading last week. That was very, very heavy, and it was really tough on my hands. And I noticed that not while I was reading per se, but after I was done reading for the night, when I was reading the manga, I would have pain, and now I'm just having on and off pain in my hands. So yeah, I've taken something to try to help with that issue, but it's not subsiding, so I'm getting a later start than usual, but such is life. So let me dig into chapter 5, and I will check back in with you in a bit. Alright, so I am at the top of page 67, and this whole thing with Officer Griffiths is a little strange to me. Like, it would be one thing if he was on duty when he called. I did find it odd that an officer was calling since there was nothing wrong with her son. But that being said, if we rewind a little bit, when she got up in the middle of the night, I'm surprised she didn't go check to see if her son was home. That's definitely something I would have done, though my daughter probably wouldn't have stayed out that late regardless. So yeah, that was weird to me, but you know, each parent is different, and so she parents a little bit freer than I do. But yeah, I definitely found it weird that Officer Griffiths was calling to tell her what happened to her son, and then to find out that he wasn't even on duty at the time was weird. I did like that little bit about her saying, well, maybe he should stay in his cell for a little bit. But yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to get on and give you my thoughts on that little tidbit. Curious to see what will happen to her son when she gets to the station. So anyway, I'm going to continue reading, and I'll check back with you in a bit. Okay, I just finished chapter 5, and I'm glad that we know now what happened with Trey's father. Can you even call him a father, though, if he wasn't even born yet at the time? Definitely not what I was expecting to have happened, but yeah, it's good to know what happened. Her her relationship with Officer Griffiths seems to be heading in a more romantic territory. I don't know, I still feel a little weird about how he intercepted that information about Trey getting into trouble, and now he's stepping in to help out. It feels strange to me that he's doing all of this. Like, I know, or at least I feel like he's interested in Lila, but yeah, he seems to be getting way too involved to just have met her like 24 hours ago. So, yeah, but I mean, nothing really has happened yet between them, so yeah, I don't know. I presume that relationship is going to deepen, I guess is the word, but yeah, I still feel a little weird about him. Um, if I was in the same situation, I definitely would feel weird about how he's getting involved in trying to keep Trey out of trouble and negotiating with the school and all of that. So, yeah, I'm going to head into chapter 6 now, and I will check in with you in a little bit. So, I just finished chapter 6, and is it just me, or this chapter seems a little longer than the previous ones? But yeah, I forgot to mention in my previous clip about how I felt regarding the way Trey quote unquote repented for what he had done. Um, I was a little ticked off, to be honest. I was a little ticked off that when I mean Lila, didn't really do anything about it. I mean, yeah, she told him that he'd need to get a summer job, but the way that he was telling her, like, oh, don't worry, you'll be able to afford it, and like, he wasn't really sorry about what he did, and that really got me upset. And again, it's probably just because I'm in a similar situation being a single parent. Um, I raised my daughter alone, and I'm kind of looking at what happened with Trey from the same lens of what if it was my daughter that did that. Um, but yeah, his responses to what she was telling him and the way he acted when they got to the house, and I did not like that at all. He really irritated me. And now, with everything that's going on, with them moving in with her mom, and he has the gall to complain about no internet and this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm just like, seriously? It hasn't even been 24 hours since you did something that's gonna totally hit your mother financially, and you're complaining? But yeah. Again, this is probably just affecting me more because I am a single parent. But he royally ticked me off. Royally. Anyway, I am glad to see that we are learning a little bit more about Marlette in chapter 6. I'm kind of wanting to get to chapter 7 because she's going to read the journal and I'm curious to know what's inside. Also very interesting that after her first day, she comes back and the first thing that her boss says is, "Oh, you've returned." I guess they really haven't had much luck with their interns. I mean, we're told that off the bat, but after one day and not returning, that's pretty bad. So, yeah, she asked for what she wanted, what she needed to get her job done, and she got it. So that was nice. Um, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's inside Marlette's journal. I would love to read a copy of something that he had submitted. I think that's the main goal here. Of course, also curious about who had sent the other notes or queries. I guess they were queries that Lila had read through on her first day. The ones with the one with the spelling errors. I am thinking that it's connected to the other one where they had talked about Don Braun, wherein he was actually mentioning Dan Brown. For some reason, I have it in my mind that those two queries were written by the same person. But I could be wrong. It's probably just because of the um, spelling errors and things like that. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's in Marlette's journal and seeing what else the next two chapters brings and what happens in regards to Lila and Trey's meeting with the school and how much the damage is going to cost her. And to see if Trey gets more repentant about what he had done and how it is affecting his mother. So yeah, that is all of my thoughts for this evening. I am going to get ready to hit the sack and I will be back tomorrow to chat with you about chapters 7 and 8. Take care and smile always. Bye.